Hi guys, it's Stacy from Clothes Live On, and today we are going to do my best and my worst sales of October 2020. So just last month, I've gone over my whole spreadsheet and everything, and I did ask you guys in the community tab here on YouTube if you guys wanted me to kind of talk about my worst sales, and you guys did say yes. And then I figured that I actually didn't have a lot of sales that I really considered bad in October. I've definitely had worse months, and I think November will kind of be one where there are more worse sales because I did offers to likers on older items. So I just decided to combine it into one video talking about my best and my worst, and this will be a video that I haven't done a lot in the past. I mean, maybe I'll keep doing it, but I a lot of times don't talk about my profit or my cost of goods. I'm not specifically mentioning my cost of goods, but you'll be able to figure them out based on me telling you my profit and my earnings and all of that. So I don't do that very often, but I am sharing that in this video. I just think it's nice to show the not so glamorous side of reselling, that everyone makes bad buys, everyone has things that sit too long or don't make them the amount of money that it should have, and stuff like that. So, and I'm sorry by the way that it's been a few weeks since I've posted a video. Pregnancy is still hard. I have no motivation. I'm not nauseous anymore, so that's good, but I'm still low energy, low motivation, so it's still been a little difficult. But I'm gonna scoot over and we will always include screenshots here. So let's start with my best sales, and I categorize best sales in two ways. I'm covering things that sold the same day they were listed, and then I'm going to tell you everything that I made $50 or more profit from, because I think those are important factors to me, things I look for in what I cover usually as what I call a good sale. And to me, that is something that sells fast. Fast for me is usually a week or less, but just for this video, we're talking about same day, or things that make me a really good profit. Okay, so our first sale was over on Poshmark. I sold a cabbie sweater. It was just like a shawl kind of sweater. I don't pick up a ton of cabbie anymore, but I liked this one because it was leopard print and it was a one size, so it could really fit anyone, and I liked that it wasn't size specific. So this sold for $40. I believe I had it listed for maybe $60, so I got an offer and I took it. I earned $32 and then I profited $24.01 on that, and it sold the same day it was listed. And then next, again on Poshmark, I sold Spiritual Gangster leggings. They have like a rainbow stripe down the side. These sold for $35. I earned $28 and then I profited $22.01, and again that sold the same day it was listed. And then my last sale that was same day it was listed was again on Poshmark. I would say that's where most of my same day sales happen. It was a Wilfred sweater, just a blue little v-neck sweater. It sold for $17. I earned $13.60. I profited $6.61. So not as high of a profit, but again, it sold the same day it was listed. So to me, that's still a really good sale. If I can get things out the door fast, that's great, because I've seen a lot of people saying it, and I believe this too. I'm not in the business of storage, I'm in the business of sales. So it's important for me to try and get things back out the door as fast as possible. Okay, and then in terms of high profit sales, eBay, I sold a pair of Aquatalia boots, and I think some of these sales I covered in my last What Sold video, but in case you didn't see it, or just it's relative to this, we're gonna go over them again. So Aquatalia little suede boots, they sold for $70 on eBay. I earned $58.32, and then I profited $51.57, and those took 82 days to sell. On Poshmark, I sold Madewell boots. They were new in box. They were the Reagan boot and a snake print, so pretty trendy. They sold for $100. I earned $80, and then I profited $53.76, and those took 63 days to sell. Then on Facebook Marketplace, which I still need to make a video about Facebook Marketplace for you guys, I sold a pair of Spanx faux leather leggings. They sold for full price, which was $60, and as of right now, Facebook Marketplace doesn't take any fees, so I earned $60. That is going to change at the start of the new year, but they're only taking 5% fees, so it's still super low. So I profited $54 on that, and they sold in one day. Then on Poshmark, I sold Sorel heeled boots. I love this style of Sorel. It always sells really well for me. So those sold for $120. I earned $96, and then I profited $56, and they took 11 days to sell. And then the last best sale of October was on eBay. I sold Tory Burch boots. They sold for $100. I earned $81.09, and then I profited $58.90, and they took 8 days after they were relisted. If you saw my last video, I talked about how these particular boots had been listed for a while. I sent them to the RealReal, and then I ended up reclaiming them. So once they were relisted after they'd been reclaimed, they took 8 days to sell, and I made a pretty good profit. All right, now to talk about the worst sales of October. And again, I'm only covering 4. This month I think there wasn't as many bad sales. Other months I have quite a few, and then, you know, ideally I'd have no bad sales, only good ones, but that's a little unrealistic. It's just part of reselling or really any business that you're gonna make mistakes, so you're gonna have some bad buys, but hopefully bad buys, you know, there's far more good buys than bad buys. So first one was a sale from Mercari. I sold a Merona long sleeve shirt. It sold for $7. It had free shipping, so it was an extra $4.60 off. So I earned $1.70. I didn't pay for this. It was donated to me during quarantine when thrift stores weren't open. So I did profit the $1.70 there. However, I factor this as a bad sale because first of all, it was very low profit, even with it being free, and time is money. I still took time to photograph and list that item, and I feel like making $1.70 probably wasn't worth my time investment to get it listed. And it did take 172 days to sell. So to me, that was a bad sale. I didn't make enough money for how much time I invested into getting it listed. Next on eBay, I sold a pair of Rag & Bone jeans. They sold for $40. I earned $33.77. I profited $28.78, which isn't that bad, but they took 319 days to sell, which is quite a long time. You know, it was like coming up on a year almost. So to me, they sat for too long. The profit was decent, but I really feel like, to me, it becomes a bad sale if it's been over 300 days. Like, that's just way longer than I want my inventory sitting, really. Another one from eBay was a Vince sweater. It sold for $15. I earned $12.05. I profited $8, and it took 352 days to sell. So again, when you're factoring how long did I store this, almost a year, just shy of a year, profited $8, so I didn't lose money or anything, but again, factoring the time it takes you to source things, to photograph them, to get them listed and cross-listed, that's a little time consuming, so that one definitely not a solid buy. And then last bad sale was on Poshmark. I sold Club Monaco leggings, and these are by far one of my worst sales ever, I would say. It's really bad. So they sold in a bundle, so I'm saying they came out to $25 because the bundle sold for $50 and it was 2 items, which would have meant I earned $20 there. And my profit on that was going to be $14, but they took 492 days to sell, so like well over a year. So that in and of itself to me was like, that's way too long for $14. It's sitting over a year. Bad buy. But it got worse because I actually had a case opened against me on these specific leggings because when the buyer tried them on, they like had a bunch of cracking in the faux leather, and that's something that I completely think was probably wrong with them to start with, but sometimes, you know, with faux leather, it might not be obvious when it's just hanging because it'll stretch since they're leggings when you put them on. So I of course accepted the return. That was my fault. They were a bad buy. which means that I profited nothing. In fact, I lost the $6 that I had invested into them. I'm still waiting on getting that return back, and then I'm honestly probably just gonna toss them because they're really bad. The pictures I saw of, you know, her return on the case were really bad. So you win some, you lose some. That was one of the worst losses ever because they were very flawed. They sat for over a year, and you know, I ended up losing money since I had to take a return on them, which of course I was very willing to accept that return, but it took me over a year to lose $6 on those. Not great. But yeah, those were October highlights, the good and the bad. I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more of them in the future, like if I should do these monthly, let me know if that's something you'd want to see in a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!